So, as a beginner in calisthenics, what I'm starting to feel like doing or understanding is okay, I'm learning all these things, these skills, these movements and progressions and so on, but I feel like I'm not having like the map of these things. What I mean is that at some point, I want to classify and understand where all these skills lay on the or lie on the map, on the area of calisthenic skills. Some exercises are push exercises, some other are pull exercises. For example, for the push ones, we have the push up, of course, and you have from there all kinds of variations that go harder and harder. And we also have the dips in the parallels, and maybe also the planche or the tuck planche, all these things where your body is required to push somehow or to hold a certain position against gravity. On the other hand, the pull exercises are more where you are having something and you're pulling it towards you. Okay, as a pull up, if I'm doing a pull up, I'm pulling my body or the bar towards me. So this is one kind of classification. There are other kinds of classifications, maybe upper body movements and lower body movements. So what I want to do is I want to learn and create, although I saw online there are already some maps, but I couldn't find a decent one, or I didn't check well enough. I want to find online or create myself a good map of these things where I have maybe some points which start from the very basic exercises, like for example the hanging stand like this, and then I want to see like a tree of progressions that you can do, maybe scapular activation, pull up, all kinds of stuff until a muscle up maybe, or something even beyond that in terms of difficulty. And the same thing for the push-up. So I want to create like and identify the basics exercises. Maybe there are 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know. And from there have an understanding, okay, all the other exercises, where are they coming from? And I might also learn that some exercises are a combination of others. So I cannot give an example, but usually in calisthenics that's the thing. You can also combine different movements or skills together to create a new one. So that's what I'm gonna do. And today I wanna learn the tuck planche, okay? And in this reasoning that I just did, there's also the concept of progressions. As I said, probably the tuck planche is not a basic exercise, but it is let's say a step or a goal, a middle goal, and from there you can go beyond. Maybe you can have a full planche rather than a tuck planche. But before the tuck planche, there are quite some exercises that you can do to learn the tuck planche, and they go from easiest to hardest, and this is the progression. So what I'm trying to do today is have an approach for these progressions, meaning I will utilize these exercises, these movements in the progression, so that I'm gonna be able to reach the tuck planche. And the way I'm gonna do it is starting from the top. The top is the tuck planche, and at the bottom is the easiest exercises that can make you start and for the tuck planche. And I assume I can do the tuck planche, so I'm literally gonna try to do it, although I know I'm not gonna be able to. And when I see I cannot do it, then I go one step below. So I see, okay, what is the exercise below the tuck planche? Like, if I can do that exercise well, then I'm probably ready for the tuck planche. So what's below it, and I try to do it. And again, if I cannot do it, I go one step below. And there's going to be a point in this stairs, in this progression, where I find an exercise that I'm going to be able to do. And that is going to be the basis in terms of, okay, I can do this, so I need to make this exercise perfect so that I can go upwards. And if I find that one, I'm gonna try it a lot of times, and then once I'm tired, I go below one step in any case, and repeat and master again the lower level until I reach the bottom. Okay, so it's a top-down approach progression. Okay, especially if you're not sure where you are in terms of skills in this progression, you're not sure exactly what you can do, what you cannot do. So I thought, how about starting from the top to the bottom? And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today for the Tuck Planche on the bars. Although I also have two, they're not parallettes, but there are two weights that I use as parallettes, so maybe I can also use them. Yeah, this is gonna be today, and let's start. So assuming I can do the Tuck Planche, then I should be able to do something like this. So the arms should be completely flat out, not folded. So yeah, probably I can hold something, but my arms will go like this. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't think my my positioning is good. Because the lower level would be the Tuck Planche toe taps. So it's about trying to do the Tuck Planche, but I help myself with my toes to do tap, tap. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing it right. Could be that I'm heavily wrong. Yeah, I don't, no. Good, no, that's not what we should do. Okay, let's go down. Yeah, it's the leaning scapula push-up. Okay, that's, I think, something that I can do. So ideally I wanna have like a leaning push-up, lean as much as possible, and then have 4, 5, 6. Again, here I realized I bend a little bit my arm, which is not right. Yeah, seems easy, but it's kind of hard on your back, on your scapulas. Actually, okay. So I think I can do this. I'm not sure if I can do it perfectly. Maybe if I move and turn this way, I can better understand later with the footage how well I'm doing. And another thing is, this needs to happen. So the arc shouldn't be this, but it should be this. Yeah, it's very hard on the arms. It's very hard. And I think, yeah, it's the right movement to do, even if I'm holding it, because I'm training the body to keep a lot of weight on my arms, and at some point it's going to be all the weight of my body. And at the same time, so I am combining two things, maybe. The first one is this position, and the second one is the push-up with my scapula. Okay. Yeah, I now realize that I skipped 2 steps. um, I should try first something on the bar actually, but it's good that I tried this. At least I know I can do the scapular push-ups. So yeah, so the actual exercise below the tuck planche is something like this, where I should from here go to the tuck position, but it's hard because my arms keep bending. No, I don't think I can do this. Then there is the tuck L-sit swing, so it's a combination of the L-sit, which I can do, and then there is a swing movement, so from here to here, but it's still very hard. And rather than doing the swinging with the L-sit, let's try to do a simple swinging. So just to it's quite hard. I thought I would do better, but it's quite hard. And it could be that I'm doing something wrong with my technique. Maybe again, I'm bending my arms, but I'm not putting my body forward enough, which is absolutely right, but I don't feel like I can put my body forward too much because my arms are not keeping myself right, and I always bend them. So I think I need to try this movement and stay a lot on the parallels, enough so that my body gets used to being in this position and having all the weight on the arms, on the parallels. And yeah, I guess I will be training by doing so the right muscles so that I can do it more and more, and then I can put more weight on more weight. I will learn to balance myself also, maybe not to be afraid to lean forward. That should be this. Yeah, I think this is a nice swing. Ooh, and I feel here it starts to burn as I do this. And I feel this swing is good because I am temporarily getting to a position where I cannot go in a controlled way. So, and with the time, it's about having this swing more and more controlled, because now I'm doing, I don't know, like a kid. So I'm not controlling anything. With the time, maybe go up, stop a fifth of a second, then go down, lower down a bit slower maybe, because I'm trying to keep that position, but I cannot, so I put some force to keep it, but I still go down, but I'm not going down like a dead body. So, and this is the progression. So I think that this is the point that I need to learn, where I do bigger and bigger swings, right? And so I know where I am in the scale. And you might ask, where do I find, how do I figure out these progressions? Well, you don't figure them out, at least in the beginning, but you find them online, okay? As I did with this one. And what you can do also, I think, if you try them, is you can also combine, because I believe that someone proposing a progression for the tuck planche might have a specific proposal of exercises different than some other person who creates the same thing, which means that you have two different progressions, and maybe you can try both. Maybe that's also what I will do, and maybe you find that some exercises help you more improve or no, so you can combine them, remove exercises if you want, to create your own personalized, let's say, progression of exercises that prepare you and lead you to the goal, which is the tuck planche. And also the tuck planche itself is not the final goal, it's just a step or a checkpoint, and from there you can go even more, and you can have a full planche, okay, where the whole body is completely straight, held by the two arms, and that's even harder. And from there, I imagine you can transition from this planche all the way to a vertical stand, and then maybe do some push-ups, so something more advanced for sure. But this is how I'm gonna do it. So I will continue working on these exercises, and I have to say yesterday I made a huge mistake, or a mistake, which is I went running, and as I went running, not only today I have my lower body in pain, good muscle pain, also I stopped here and there to do some pull-ups and so on, so also my back is hurting a bit, and therefore I should technically rest. So that's why I'm doing these kinds of exercises today. Maybe I will do also some push-ups later, where I work the muscles that were not affected yesterday by the movements that I did. So I will do that today. But in this video, I wanted to try this thing of the progression and check where I am in my case. You can try in your case where you stand if you're trying to learn, if you're still learning the tuck planche or anything actually. So in the next videos I will also try some other exercises, or I will find some other checkpoints. Usually I try the muscle up. I cannot do the muscle up, and therefore I will create the progression also for the muscle up, and I will try it maybe next time, I don't know. So I think it's a good approach in general if you want to learn something, because at the beginning I came here and did some random exercises, but if you want to learn something, then you need to have a bit of an approach, okay, to achieve that. So I think we are going in the right direction. So yeah, let's see next time.